Isaiah George, Isaiahgeorge.
And tell me your affiliation at Morgan, whether you're studying, what year are you?
I'm a student at Morgan State University, and I am majoring in multimedia journalism, upcoming senior.
Awesome. For people who don't know what this event is about, talk to us a little bit about what the NABJ convention is and what your part is and your role is being here this week.
Well, the NABJ convention is basically a place where black journalists can come not only to network, but try to find jobs and build relationships with others. And I've seen now, and it's something, the word that's been tossed around a lot since I've been here, is like a professional family reunion. So many people, whether they're on ESPN or on TNT or whatever, they may be on TV or radio or famous print journalists or whatever, and they come here, everybody feels the same because you all have the same occupation or trying to do the same occupation. So I would say this place is something where it's kind of like you can fellowship but also do business at the same time. And my affiliation, what I was trying to do was network, also in trying to get more stuff on my resume reel, which I actually accomplished. And it made me just throw more as a journalist, gave me more confidence as a journalist, really.
Is it true, and I heard you mention this, but is it true that there's a sense of mentoring that people, the professionals in the field, are open to talking to students and other journalists? And talk to me about that experience.
I believe so, because like anybody I talked to, whether I saw them on the elevator, I saw them just around the hotel, or it was a recruiter at their booth, the feeling that I got from them is that with this convention and with this organization, we want to look out for one another, because in the field, it's not that many of us. Right now, we see a lot of black faces. I go to an HBCU, so I see a lot of black faces every day. I'm from a place where I see black faces every day. But once I get out, once I graduate and actually get a job in the field, it's not going to be like that. It may be me and maybe two other black faces in a newsroom, or just me as the only black face in the newsroom. So what I was getting from this, or the whole time I was here at the convention, is that we want to look out for each other because it's not enough of us.
Does it surprise you in 2018 that we're still struggling in the media and journalism industry with diversity? Is that surprising to you, or not surprising, or what do you think?
The reason I'll say not surprising, and the reason why is just like the history of this country. And the history of this country is very white, to be honest. So it's not surprising just to see how the country has progressed and the fact that we don't have that much diversity. But having an organization like this, and actually for me going to the convention and meeting so many different people and just getting the feel of this convention, we need things like this. We really do. And it's stuff like this that makes the superstars, that makes the great people that actually get on TV or actually get to their places that they want to, their goals that they want to. And it just started to dawn on me. I was walking past people. I wasn't really getting starstruck or anything like that, but I'm seeing like, hey, this is Jemele Hill from ESPN. This is David Aldridge from TNT. I'm seeing, I just saw DeRay McKesson this morning. I walked past Rob Parker from Fox Sports. And what's amazing to me, just to think, like I watch all of these people on TV. I've grown up and seen these people. And they're a part of the same organization that I am. That's not a coincidence. I'm not saying that, that success is always going to come to everybody that's in the organization, but it's like for them to have the success that they have and to go to this convention, be a part of this organization for years, I feel like that's not a coincidence. And that means, at least what it tells me, is that this organization breeds success.
And you've obviously had a lot of experience doing a lot of things. But did you learn anything about yourself or this process that you didn't already know before you came to Detroit, or was it just sort of expanding on stuff that you already knew? Any growth here this week, you think?
Growth, definitely. I would definitely say the confidence in myself as just a journalist. The very first night that the conference started, I was able to secure an interview with Jemele Hill, and that alone, and basically how I did it, made sure that I was the first one to get it, that I wasn't going to let anybody, stop me and things like that. I made sure I was set up. I was able to get her away from the crowd so it wouldn't be that much distraction. And also something I did is a story that hopefully most people will be able to see. I went out and found a story myself. I remember I just came out of a panel, And I was waiting for my roommate actually, and I was like, well, you know what? I know he wanted to take a picture with somebody, so I was like, that's probably going to take a while. Let me just walk around. I left the hotel. I walked around the city for a little bit, and I happened to find this place called American Coney Island. And I just walked in and started talking to people, started asking about their chili. Come to find out, they actually make their own chili. They actually make their own hot dogs. It's been there for years. They actually invented the Coney Island hot dog before it actually went to New York. And those are the type that, like, to me, just me finding that story on my own and me just walking around, it gave me confidence to the fact that once I get out of school, I can do this. And that's something that I can say I kind of struggled with, because I know in school you're in a little hub, and especially at an HBCU, you're in a hub, you're in a bubble, so to speak, and a protective bubble. And once you get out in the real world, you get the job. It's a lot of stuff that you're not going to be protected from, or it's things that you're not going to be, you're not going to expect. So for me to just go out and find that story, for me to be able to secure that interview with Jemele Hill, who is arguably the most important person here at the convention, it just gave me confidence to the fact that once I graduate, I know, or I believe that I can do this.
And final question, make a pitch to your colleagues back at Morgan as to why they should be saving their money to get to Miami next year this time. Why is it critical that they do this experience?
I think it's very critical. Like I said at the beginning of the interview, it's not enough of us. And I don't think all of my colleagues or all of my peers really understand that. That once you get out of Morgan, you're not going to see as many black people as you usually do, or you did for the past 4 years. And stuff like this is the way that you get your foot in the door. This may not get you a job right away, it may not get you an internship right away, but it'll connect you with somebody, or connect you with a company that can connect you with another person that can get you that job or that internship. So this is vital, just as much as your classes are and Morgan is. This is very vital if anybody wants to actually get into the industry.